Welcome, everybody. This is episode 8. I'm excited to bring this episode out because we have some great things going on. We have me, Shauna. How are you guys doing?
Hello.
Crystal is with us. Yay.
Yes.
And our guest is V, Carry Girl Gear. Oh my gosh. Welcome, B. We're so excited. I don't even know where to start because I have already been ordering things on your website in my shopping cart because your gear is rad. I love it. Everything. I'm like, I want to buy it all. But you know, husband said no.
She's got cute style. Definitely great style.
Nice.
And we are going to thank our sponsor, Grayman Solutions, for helping us with this podcast. Woohoo! Thank you, Thomas.
Yay!
He creates holsters for everything you need, basically. And one of our favorite holsters of his is called the Mini. It's only $25.
Nice.
And it has a clip, and you can clip it into your belly band, your thigh rig, even in the waistband. I've done that. So go check him out.
Yeah, I
Great
will.
man.
Yeah.
Okay, we got lots of news today. Lots happened this week, and I am going to share the screen for those that can see and are watching us on YouTube. All right, here we go. So you can see all of my open tabs here, but enjoy. Okay, so the biggest news this week, I think it's the biggest news, is President Trump announced his judge nomination. And you know what I really like about this is that he announced another female to fill Judge Ruth's spot, another female. So I thought that was a very smart choice of him. And I am going to play some videos just so we get an idea of who ACB, is that what you call her, B?
ACB?
Amy Coney Barrett is. I like this. Let's show a little bit.
Circuit.
We have our oldest 3 daughters with us today.
Barrett proudly showcased all 7 of her children, including Vivian and John, who she and her husband Jesse adopted from Haiti.
Vivian is our miracle. Vivian joined our family. She was born in Haiti, and she came home when she was 14 months old. She weighed 11 pounds, and she was so weak we were told that she might never walk normally or speak. Today, Vivian is a track star, and I assure you she has no trouble talking.
The youngest child, Benjamin, has Down syndrome.
Benjamin has special needs, and that presents unique challenges for all of us. But I think all you need to know about Benjamin's place in the family is summed up by the fact that the other children unreservedly identify him as their favorite sibling.
Barrett's large family is just 2 children.
Okay, so that's kind of she has 7 children.
I love it.
And she is religious. She is a Catholic, just like Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer. They are also Catholics. However, this is what she said in 2017 when she was getting asked about her personal beliefs, because that's a concern for people, is she going to vote based off of her feelings? So we're going to watch what she says when people were asking her.
Demands it.
In her 2017 appellate court confirmation hearings, Barrett emphasized time and again that a judge's personal opinions shouldn't matter.
But I think if I express a personal view on any of these matters, it might give the misimpression that my personal view is what would drive the decision of a case. It would not be.
I stipulate that won't happen.
As for her personal view on landmark Supreme Court rulings, Barrett wouldn't budge, even when those questions came from Republicans who supported her nomination.
What did you think about the opinion?
I wasn't alive when Griswold came down.
Well, what about when you first read it?
Well, gosh, Senator, I think, again, whatever I might have thought about it, I first read it when I was a law student. But whatever I would have thought about it then or whatever I would think about it today wouldn't matter. I would put that aside.
In Griswold v. Connecticut in 1965, the Supreme Court found a state law which prevented married couples from using contraception to be unconstitutional. The court's opinion recognized within the Constitution a right to privacy.
Do you believe there's a right to privacy under the Constitution?
The court has quite clearly held that there is.
And do you agree with the court?
Senator Blumenthal, I would follow all court precedent, and whether I agree or disagree would be beside the point to the discharge of my duties if I were confirmed as a
So
judge.
you have no personal views on whether there's a right to privacy in the Constitution?
Well, Senator, I think the question is whether I have personal views that would be appropriate to share in this context, given the misimpression it could give litigants who might appear before me if I were confirmed.
Both Democrats.
Okay, I am impressed. She
Yes.
seems very solid
Mhm.
in her beliefs. However, she can look at things objectively, and I'm impressed. Any other things you've heard about her?
I watched a few things today, previous things, one from that hearing where a Democrat asked her, he didn't understand how she could separate her, just turn off. Opinion goes over here and law and order over here. He didn't understand how she could have that disconnect. And I thought to myself, wow, Judge Ruth Ginsburg was a very far left, I would call extreme left opinion, and based her career off having those. And wow, she can definitely separate.
Mm-hmm.
But this girl, because she has these beliefs, there's no way she can separate the two. I really liked her today in her speech that she gave with President Trump. I thought that she handled herself well. She talked about Ruth Ginsburg.
Yeah.
She talked about Scalia and her time with Scalia. I thought that was important. She talked about her family and her passion for her family and her husband. And I thought she did wonderful. I pray for this next few weeks for her, and that they do the right thing. She was just confirmed 3 years ago.
Yeah,
And vetted.
2017.
So, I mean, where do they go? She was, I mean, I believe it should be a quick process.
And most important for us, because this is a Second Amendment podcast, we focus on firearms, is she is pro Second Amendment. She is a constitutionalist. So they asked her about Roe v. Wade and abortion, and she said, the courts are clear.
Yeah, it's a hot button issue.
Here's what's written in the courts. I will uphold what's written in the courts. It doesn't matter my personal opinions. This is what's written. I'm upholding what's written. And
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. And the same thing with the Second Amendment. This is what's written. I will uphold what's written. So big news.
That is, I believe that's a very strong person, man, woman, to be able to separate the emotion part and to look at the fact of what is actually of our country. You know, the Constitution represents us as our country. And for her to be able to separate that is incredible. I'm blown away. My life has been busy, so this is the first news that I'm actually finding this out, and now I'm going to be all over it. I want to know. She's like a new role model. I'm
Let's
like,
go.
Yeah, she's a badass.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
And both of her children, she adopted 2 children from Haiti. I mean, yeah, they can't even get her on racism if they wanted to.
Well, now they're actually saying that they're questioning that the adoption was illegal, because they really have nowhere to go with her. They really don't.
She's solid.
She's solid. So they're really reaching for
Pulling teeth.
They're reaching hard. They're gonna have to reach hard. And that clip, if she sticks to her guns like she did in 2017, I think she'll sail. I think she'll.
Fabulous. Love it. All right. So this next case, not so much of loving it. Have you guys heard of this? In Louisiana, there's this 9-year-old boy doing virtual school, like everyone is right now. His name is Kamari Harrison, and his little brother tripped over his BB gun while he was doing his virtual class. So Ka leans over, picks up the BB gun, sets it out of reach of little brother next to him, and all the students and the teachers saw the BB gun. And you know what they did? This is what is blowing my mind. They suspended him for showing a BB gun in the virtual classroom, and they are threatening expulsion.
Well, people have gotten suspended for doing this, for playing cops and like playing like cowboys and Indians, like pew, pew, pew. Like kids are actually, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But a BB gun, come on. A BB gun?
Yeah, that blows my mind. I cannot.
It could have been a water gun, Chris. It could have been a water gun and they would have had the same response.
Yeah.
Nerf gun, water gun.
That's what it said. So this is the next step for us listening. If our children go to school, look up or ask, what would happen if you saw my child show a Nerf gun in the virtual class? What would happen? And if they say, well, your child would be suspended naturally, then that's your time to band with the other parents in your school and plead or petition for them to change their rules, because that is absolutely ridiculous. He wasn't threatening anyone. He
actually was doing something safe. He was picking it up
and
turning it to a safe position so his brother couldn't get it. Like,
yeah,
applaud to him.
Yeah, and
shame on the school.
That is very frustrating. That
and the parents should have the rights in the matter that it is not our fault as the American people in the matter of having us to homeschool our children now at home, to where our schools are not open in most places, to where now I'm allowing you to have a visual into my home,
house,
of my privacy. This is not right of the school to do this, because this is not fair to those parents that have to allow visually to my home. I'm sorry, I'm very private. This is my life.
And my kids play with toy guns. A BB gun is a toy. You do not need a background check for a BB gun.
So I feel that the school is 100% wrong in the whole direction. And I think the education needs to be explained, the difference between a BB gun and an actual real pistol. Because this is just, it frustrates me because I have 2 young children. And Crystal, I know you have young ones as well. And we're trying to make sure they're educated to understand.
Oh my gosh. I'm not here. I mean, I don't have children. I don't have children at home. I have dogs, and they're not carrying around a BB gun. But I do believe, and I've heard from other parents that this has been a huge issue. Like
someone bit a Pop-Tart in the shape of a gun. I heard that one.
Or they're show and telling something, and maybe the parents don't know about it, or like that little girl who brought over the Malibu bottle because it was she was supposed to show something colorful, and she brought over her mom's like rum,
vodka, or
whatever it was. So I mean, you're right. They're definitely getting a sneak peek into your private home, into your life that is not normally viewed, so that there should be no bearing on it. They're not in school with a BB gun. He didn't bring it to school. So this is all based on the other parents' feelings about the BB gun.
Yeah.
Straight
Excellent.
feelings.
Say it how it is. Say it how
Straight
it is.
Straight feelings, man.
Okay. All right. The next one is, this one's fascinating. We're getting back to Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yep.
And his attorneys, who also work for a nonprofit, released a video. I cannot find the video on YouTube. What the heck? I cannot find this video. The only place I can find this video is through the rabbit hole. So anyhow, it's actually Fox News discussing the released video that is not able to be found. But there was a couple aspects of this video that I thought were interesting. One, you can visually see Kyle before the incident he is scrubbing the walls of a school, cleaning up the school. There's a picture of him. He's in the same outfit and he's with everyone, like cleaning up the destruction that these criminals are doing. And then this is the part of the video that I'd never seen. This is him. He had just shot the first guy who attacked him, Joseph Rosenbaum. And he's running. He's being chased by this mob. And a person was filming him and asked him a question while he's running.
You shot somebody?
Okay, so he said, you shot somebody? And then what did he say? I'm going to get the police. And then after this, if we keep watching it, I mean, we've all seen this, but why not?
An unidentified protester strikes Rittenhouse in the head, knocking his hat off.
As he's running,
Rittenhouse trips and falls to the ground.
Boom.
Another protester attempts to jump on Rittenhouse, who then fires 2 shots into the air. With blunt force, another protester strikes Rittenhouse in the back of the head with the sharp edge of a skateboard, then reaches for the rifle. Rittenhouse fires a single shot, striking the man in the chest.
And they're saying that he's a domestic abuse, dangerous use of dangerous weapons, strangulation.
A third protester fakes as if he's surrendering, then suddenly advances with a handgun aimed at Rittenhouse. A single shot strikes the man's right bicep.
So this is the video that was released, and unfortunately I cannot find the full video. So if anyone else does, share it around, but you can find it at hotair.com. Dun, dun, dun.
I've seen the whole video.
Yeah, and you can watch the whole thing here, but I mean, time's sake.
It's maddening. There's the first thing when this all came out was, okay, he's 17. He's on the street at night with a rifle. Where are the parents? Where are the parents? That's the first thing I ever thought was, wow, this kid should have been protected by his parents. He shouldn't have been out there, maybe to clean up and do what he was doing. He was doing some medical stuff, I know. But then darkness comes and they know all of this violence is happening.
Yeah, not my baby.
Where are these parents taking this boy home for dinner and bath? Okay, he's still, I'm guessing, living with his parents. So that was the #1 mistake, the first out of the gate mistake. I do believe that he was fighting for his life that night. He was running and trying to survive.
I'm going to the police. Oh my gosh, that was horrible.
Who does that? Who does that if they're a criminal and they just want to shoot people? They're not going to do that. And I know that later in that, after that final person was shot in the arm that drew his weapon on him when he was down on the ground, later said he wished he would have emptied his magazine.
Yeah, if I continued to press play on that video. Yeah, he told his buddy and he said, my only regret is that I didn't shoot the blank when I had the chance. And yeah, crazy situation. So there's more videos, more footage coming out with this. His attorneys are coming out and they are speaking because they were initially quiet, which is what you should do in this situation. If you ever shoot someone, you keep your mouth shut. You do not tell the whole world what's happening. And then after you talk to your attorneys, after you get that defense with their guidance, that's when you can start sharing your perspective a little bit.
Yeah.
So excellent. Yeah. And then I mean, there was so much that happened this week. Good news in Ohio. I know. Yeah. Good news in Ohio is because there was a lack of people working to extend it. When your concealed carry permit expires, you have to send in paperwork to extend it. Well, because of COVID, they weren't in. And so everyone's concealed carry permits were expiring. Well, Ohio said, hey, it doesn't matter. We're extending the date to June 30th, 2021. So, woo, good job, Ohio. They're like, we understand that it's our bad, not you.
Wow.
That's huge.
Yeah, that is cool. Go Ohio.
Yay.
funny, huh?
They're taking responsibility of something.
Yeah, like, wow, the government is doing that? And a funny story, a Philadelphia employee who works with violence prevention and gun control got busted for carrying a gun in public and concealed carrying illegally. So there's that. The irony, you know, it's one of those do as I say, not as I do, like B posted recently. And I think this is another silly story, actually kind of sad story, but Lincoln City, Oregon. I am from just 40 minutes from there, Newport, Oregon. My parents actually told me about this story. This happened last Sunday. Oh my gosh, I'm still like, oh. Okay. This guy, he's 29, so he's pretty much my age. He bought a gun and he's at a grocery store and he bought a gun, but he didn't buy a holster for it. And he doesn't have a concealed carry permit, but you know, homeboy tucks the gun in his pants, gangster style, appendix. And then he's talking to his buddy in the line at the grocery store and says, "Hey, you want to see my gun?" And he pulls the gun out, shows his friend, which we all know you don't do that, right? No. And then, he goes to put the gun back in his pants and pulls the trigger. And it's appendix. So
he shot his
groin, his testicles.
So close.
So did he lose his testicles? So that means we're not going to have him reproduce, right? No matter the
I don't know. And there is no firm confirmation that it was his testicles. My stepdad said it was testicles, but you know, word spreads. But he shot his groin area and his leg and barely missed the femoral artery.
He took a 9 to the nut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lesson learned. Hopefully lesson learned. Maybe, who knows? Guy probably won't. I don't know.
Well, I don't think there's that much there to be able to continue with knowledge.
No. Wow.
Yeah, he took a 9 to the net. He went to the hospital. They patched him up, and then afterwards gave him some fines and some charges for illegally concealed carrying a gun. And
he should be shamed. Like, we're a billboard that says, "I took a 9 to the nut. I'm an irresponsible firearm
gun owner," or "I bought a gun and I knew nothing about it and I thought I could freaking carry it in my pants."
Wow, that's always a good idea.
Yeah, naturally. Loaded. Carry it loaded in my pants, too. For sure.
Okay.
So that is the news of the week. There was plenty of other things, but I am just excited to get into B. So we're going to skip the rest of the random news. Those are the funnest ones, and we covered the hot items. So B is the owner of Carry Girl Gear. Mm-hmm. And they create apparel, gear, I guess you do too. And you can buy different clothing, Second Amendment hats, Second Amendment, everything to do with Second Amendment and the gears. And then she also has some less than lethal options that you can buy on there, which we'll talk a little later. But first, we want to get to know B a little better. So what inspired you to start Carry Girl Gear?
It kind of goes way back. It's kind of been a dream of mine for a really long time. If you've been following me or you know anything about my page, you know that I'm a rape survivor. I didn't really have guns in my life growing up. They were around, but I didn't get into shooting. I really wasn't into it. So I went away to college, and unfortunately I was assaulted on the campus on the second week there. I went there with a pepper spray. My dad gave me this little pocket pepper spray, like that was him. That was all that was we thought was allowed. And within that first day, my resident advisor took it away, gave me a red whistle to put around my neck. Okay. But I was pretty naive, you know, I was a young kid, I was 18, and I didn't really know evil yet. Like I was kind of sheltered and grew up in a small town, and I was kind of naive, you know, but that happened to me, unfortunately. If knowing now and looking back and knowing every single moment of that night, I know I probably could have saved myself if I was carrying. He was a really large person, much larger than I was. And the weight of him, I was pinned down. There was nothing I could have done. But him rushing me, if I was trained, I believe I could have saved myself that night from, you know.
So it was a complete stranger?
Yeah, it was a complete stranger. He was a student. He was a student at the school as well, I found out.
Wow.
So that kind of, after being broken and healing and trying to find my confidence again and my power again, and I found that with firearms. Met my husband, and he was ex-military and police, and he got me into shooting, and it awoken something in me. Like I know that happens with a lot of women. I hear it all the time, that they leave the range and there's something fierce and then after. So I thought, okay, how can I use my experience and my story but also do something that I love? And, you know, it also came from going to the gun shows and seeing like one pink shirt with a piece of glitter on it. Oh. Like, okay, no. Like, it was so many gun shows, and I just loved everything there, but there was really nothing suited for women, nothing cool and fun that you could wear to the range. So I kind of melted those two things together, and I get to do really cool stuff with design, but the biggest part is the sisterhood that has formed around Carry Girl Gear. So other survivors who are now getting their concealed carries, going and getting additional training, getting their power back. So every day I'm helping women find that. They're reaching out to me, and I'm helping them find firearms instructors in their area, other females, that they can feel comfortable with and go train with. And that's the best part. That's the best part. So I've kind of just, the inspiration, I guess, is my own brokenness and my own building myself back up into seeing like being empowered again to start protecting myself and knowing I'm freaking worth it. And you're worth it, and you're worth it. And I'm able to talk to women every day to let them know you're worth giving yourself every single thing to survive.
And how long have you been doing this?
Shooting? Like,
no, Carry Girl Gear. When did you launch?
Carry Girl Gear has been alive for 3 years.
Oh, really? Just 3 years?
She was birthed 3 years ago, but she was in the making for quite a while. And I was previously in finance, and I came home and I told my husband, I just prayed on it, and I said, I love you. This is something I need to do. It's in my soul, and I feel it. And I need to leave my paycheck over there for a while, and I'm really sorry, but you're gonna have to bring home the bacon and cook it too, probably, because I'm gonna be really busy. And he said, go. He believed that it could be, and the company could be successful. And I'm so blessed and thankful to have
a supportive spouse,
a supportive person next to me, because, you know, when you start a business, it's scary, and the financial hit is hard, and then COVID happened. So, as a small business owner, we're all, scared of what was going to happen.
But it's been good for you.
It's been amazing. Carry Girl it's my baby. I love it. And the women that are surrounding me every day, including yourselves, is the best part of it.
Oh,
best part. Yep.
I am going to pull up your website for those who are watching.
Cool,
And let's start with some clothes here. Do you have a favorite location?
Well, hello. They're so fun. And all the designs are done by in-house. We don't buy any, they're all created by us. I Carry Girl gear.
So do you just see your personality and you just feel your art is displayed?
I do, and it's scary because you'll work, umpteen hours on something, creating something, and you're like, ooh, it's so good. Are people gonna like it? Like, you don't really know. I also get a lot of inspiration from my customers too. They'd be like, oh, this would be really cool if you did it in this, or if you could do it in this color, that'd be really cool. And so we do a lot of custom work, tons of custom work.
Is that
really?
Apron?
Yeah, because for me, let's say, let's say,
so awesome.
So cute, yeah. It says, I cook meat and I shoot guns.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have to order that.
Yeah, it's so cute. It's so fun. So, yeah, but yeah, any shirt we can do. If you see it and you want it in a V-neck or a scoop or a tank top, all you have to do is, or a plus size, or we just released a curvy collection.
I like this one.
Plus size.
This style.
Yep. And so we can really do so we do a lot of custom stuff because I want every girl to be able to wear Carry Girl,
Yeah.
No, that's great. That's fantastic.
Do you have a favorite shirt, or is it hard to choose?
I'm super in love with the Constitution collection right now, which is on the homepage. Yeah, let's look
at it.
Yeah.
These ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because especially right now, the Constitution matters, guys.
It does.
It matters. And I've said this in our ads this week. Every single word, it matters. So, yeah, it's probably my favorite right now. Super in love with it. Yeah.
Defend the second.
Defend the second. Mm-hmm. And then we just came out with the beanies too I'm wearing that shirt right here.
Now that I see this model, your models are fabulous. And I love how you represent the population appropriately. You have a good mix. It's not just the cookie cutter person who is modeling. Where do you find these women?
Hey, they're my girls, man, my friends. And I think it's important. We're not all. This woman, she's beautiful, right? Of course, yeah. She's a thinner model. I'm not that. I'm a curvier girl. I like to talk about wearing. Not everybody has the best holstering, and when you're a curvy girl, it's hard. Putting a holster on, it's hard. Putting a belly band on is hard. You sweat differently. There's a lot of things happening. So, you don't. There are different options. So I just always want to make sure that I have so many curvy girls reach out to me. I hate that, the holster's too big. It sticks out. It's pinching my fat when I sit in the car. So I want to reach all the girls because we're not this, right? We're not all this one size.
Super skinny.
Well, not even that. We're just not. We're all so beautiful in so many different ways.
It's true. I used to hate my body shape, and now I'm like, it's actually pretty cute. I'll take it.
It's pretty cute.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Which is why we worked really hard to get a curvy collection, because we wanted to make sure that we had sizes that were, plus size leggings and plus size, yeah. So now we have plus size and we have, you know, the standard sizes. Yeah, those are new.
I just bought a bunch of shirts that are like the loose fitting for fall, and you do leggings. Yes, I'm looking at these. I didn't even realize you had these.
Yes.
This is fun.
Yeah, we do leggings and new hats, and we just came out with some new beanies for winter, and then we'll come out with some jackets and some new hoodies and things like that as well. So yeah, it's really exciting. Yeah.
This is going to be a tough question.
Okay.
So some people say that we should not wear apparel that shows we are pro-gun because it's almost like open carrying.
Bump that.
Yeah, what's your spot? What's your
bump that? I say kick rocks. See you later. Like, that's silly. Like, I like tacos. Should I not wear a taco shirt because people don't think I like tacos too much? I don't know. It's just silly to me. Like, I know a lot of people who wear my stuff who don't conceal carry, but they're really into like self-defense, and they might do some non-lethal stuff, and they don't.
Or they're pro hunting or something.
That's right. Yeah. Or so I've had some people say to me. I had one customer the other day say to me, "I have a shirt that says I will not comply." And she said, I would never wear that. You know, as a Black female, I would never wear that shirt. I would feel like, you know,
as a target.
I would be a target in that, and completely understand. I have many other tees that you can choose from. Yeah, I think it's a personal preference for people. I think that if you feel that way, you might, like, I don't know.
Sure, wear your plain colored shirt and don't tell any statements.
Exactly. Wear your two-way stuff at home for jammies. Like, our tees are super soft. Wear them to bed. I mean, but I don't, because I'm proud of it. I'm proud to be armed, and I'm proud to be able to protect myself and my family, and you can know about it.
Yeah. I also think the good that it does to carry or to show that you are a pro firearm person does more good. Absolutely. Even if it's displaying that you may have a gun on you.
Yeah.
Does more good than displaying in the off chance that one time the bad guy's going to be there, and then he's going to read your shirt first and then decide that you're the target, and
right.
You know, whatever, bring it on because I train, you know.
Exactly.
Your confidence of wearing certain shirts stands with how you present it, you know. So I have certain shirts that, you know, the old one was love coffee and guns, you know, the Starbucks logo. I get compliments constantly with that, and I try to add more to my wardrobe because, you know what, if I carry that day, I do. If I don't, I don't, you know. But the fact is I'm representing what I believe in. It is our Constitution right as a Second Amendment. Me as a woman, addition to it, with me as a mother on top
with your
that.
babies.
So for me to be right, yeah, it is just so. I mean, it's just huge that I think we need to understand and grasp the concept of how powerful it is being a woman of any gender, any, you know, as not gender, but as in a woman. Yes, if you're identifying yourself a woman, great. So be confident in what you wear, because that is showing your personality, and that, yeah, I do. But guess what? I'm also going to stand my ground. You know, doesn't mean I'm going to.
Sorry, my
no,
bad.
Please go ahead.
I think it also, I think it also starts conversation that is really needed.
Crucial conversation.
Yeah, I wore a t-shirt. I was in Oklahoma with my husband. We did a little fishing trip, and this bartender said, God, I love your shirt. You know, where can I get it? Of course, you know, I flashed her some coupons or whatever, right? So I'm a businesswoman and I want to sell some stuff, right? So, but then she started talking about, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, I've always wanted to do that, but I've been afraid. And 2 weeks ago, she got her concealed carry. So, hello. So it's like this thing that you can start this conversation. I gave her my phone number. I said, hey, call me. I will help you. I'll find someone in the area for you.
Yeah.
It's this conversation that can be had with these, with your apparel. And I'm saying, like, hey, I believe in 2A, and I'm carrying, and I'm confident, just like you said. And I think that's absolutely 100% positive. So
and this is totally normal.
Absolutely.
It's normal. You see my family behind me. It's normal to have all of these little kids and be a mom and still carry a gun and protect them. That's not weird.
No. To me, it's weird not to. I'm like,
right?
People say, why do you carry? I'm like, why don't you?
That's a good answer.
I'm always curious. I'm always curious for women who don't carry, especially mothers and single women. I was like, why don't you? Like, I carry because it's important to me, because I want to stay alive. I want to give myself a fighting chance, and I want to protect my family, my property, and my community.
And my babies.
If needed.
And my dogs.
My dogs.
And my loved ones. Dang it.
My dogs, yeah. So, yeah. Come at me, bro.
I think we should just be hopeful that those women that are questioning about why are you doing that? Why should you do that? Should be able to sit back and look at their surroundings and to appreciate the comfort that they're in, to know that they don't feel the need to protect themselves. And then say they have their spouse, or say they have their neighbor, or say they have a parent, you know, but to understand, majority of us as population of the women, we are parents of some sort. We are moms, we're wives, we're sisters, we're cousins, we're aunts. And you know what? Those are family, those are friends. And we need to be able to, you know,
protect them.
We need to protect them. We do.
And ourselves. Like B said.
Yeah.
You're worth protecting. Just you.
Absolutely.
Alone.
Yeah.
I'm
worth it. Like I'm hella worth it.
Yes. B is full of them tonight. Woo!
I love it. Worth it.
She's on fire.
Always.
So another thing, let's go back to your website here. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is you do have really adorable clothes, but one thing that I thought was interesting is you expanded to less than lethal options for protection. And did you start that from day one? How did that work?
I didn't from day one, because first and foremost, I always want people to carry a firearm. That's what I'm pushing, right? So I kind of went in this direction because there are so many other options that you can put into your everyday carry. So many things. Plus, there are women that aren't ready yet, right? They're not ready yet to carry a firearm. They need to start off with something smaller, like a self-defense keychain, or a pepper gel, or they need to start off with something smaller. They need to feel like maybe they start carrying this, right? This pepper gel, right? This is the Saber auto tool. So it has a glass breaker, and it also has a seatbelt cutter. And it's also, you know, the pepper gel. Maybe this gives them the confidence to go to the range. Maybe this is the gateway, right? So this.
Or this.
Exactly.
Because if you can carry something scary.
Exactly.
Like this.
You also want to make sure that you're not just sticking this in your pocket. You still have to train with these items. You still have to know where they are on your person. You still have to know how you're going to get to them and how you're going to use them. So just like a firearm, these self-defense tools, these little keychains, a lot of parents are buying for their kids now. They're going off to college, I'm seeing. You got to train with them still.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just shove them in
the
bottom.
Mindset. You got to prepare your mind to use them. Mm-hmm. I think it's a lot more difficult, especially even for me, the idea of and stabbing and slashing, like that is more cringy to me than take a step back, pull.
Oh, sure.
Like that creates some distance.
Yeah, way more personal. But at the kids going away to college, I get a lot of mothers that say, okay, this is where they're going. This is the state they're going in. What can they carry? What can they? And lately it's been slim to nothing on the campus. scary, scary stuff. Slim to nothing. Like not even these keychains.
Really? It's insane. Like, why do we not want to allow our youth to protect themselves?
Absolutely. More than ever now. Ever now.
So we're sending our children off to college that we want to supply protection for them. We're paying for this school for them to get this education and degree, but though they're being denied the right of protection because campus police is not around, nor the standard police, sheriffs, or anybody of the sort, because they're hassling, dealing with the outside noise. How is that even right? I personally would be pulling my child and withdrawing my money from that, because I'm not going to send my child to a school that I can't allow them to be protecting themselves because they're not around me. So now I'm going to teach them. I honestly think parents should withdraw their children. That's my opinion.
I agree. I know that my parents didn't send me off to school for that to happen to me, right? So they sent me to school thinking I was on a safe campus. We went and walked around the campus during the day. It was so beautiful. So I lived in a freshman dorm that was the furthest away from everything, because of course they make the freshmen haul ass across the campus. So, I mean, it was only 9 o'clock at night. And they had, those blue things you have to hit if you feel you're in trouble. But those were like a mile away
apart from each other.
There's tons of unlit areas, which I had to walk. That was the pathway. It was totally unlit where he attacked me. So it's frightening to me to have. I don't have small children, but as like even my niece and my nephews, like it's frightening.
Other youth that you love.
Absolutely, unprotected. They just can't even have a keychain. So that's when other things come into play. Like we need to get them to a self-defense class. We need to get them prepared and get their mind right, so that not to frighten them or make them go to school and live in fear, but to get them ready and prepared that there is evil out there and it could knock on your door.
And this is how you maneuver out from under someone. I actually just started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I get my butt kicked. I'm a complete noob, and it's good for me. It's good for my pride. Get my butt kicked. But it's eye-opening. Like, oh, there's ways that you can maneuver to leverage your angle and be able to lift someone off of you. Or if I do this, I can choke them out. And the idea is you would choke them out and then bolt, like flee or whatever case there is. I looked up, so unfortunately, pepper spray, stun guns, what else? Oh, you can't, BB guns, let me go back to
there is one that I recommend always, and people don't really think of this, but very high powered flashlight. You feel like someone is coming towards you and you feel a light in their eyes can deter them enough for you to get away. And a flashlight is a really great tool. Really.
Yes. And no one's going to be like, you can't carry that flashlight on you.
No.
High powered flashlight. Ooh, I love that one.
Yeah. Over 300 lumen, I think, is the best kind of way. Oh, I just put that slingshot on there. I honestly put that slingshot on there for me. I got to be honest. I actually, it's so much fun that I could not put a slingshot.
Slingshotting is fun. My husband and I did that the first year of marriage. I was like, I'm going to be super good at this.
And we have the tactical pen on there now too.
Yes. So everyone can get a tactical pen right now. No one has banned that one. Also,
the sound alarms too. They're
these ones.
The Saber, those are actually that is actually done. But we do have some that are just the alarm. I think pretty sure we're sold out. I did sell a lot of those door jams actually too.
Here's a safe escape tool.
Yeah, that's this one here.
Oh, that's pepper spray.
Yeah, it's a pepper gel and.
What's the difference between pepper gel and pepper spray?
Pepper gel is if you actually. Oh, I was going to say there's a little instruction.
Oh, okay. I can go on there.
But it's actually more effective and will subdue the attacker for longer. Yep, there's a little, it's safer, no blowback.
Oh, okay.
It's a
So it
heavier
focuses
Yep.
the
Yep,
stream.
heavy material. I love this tool. I really recommend this tool. I keep one in my car.
And then it's got the little glass breaker and
yeah, it's just a great tool to keep in your car. It's just an
so
extra
sound alarms, like you're saying, very loud,
loud.
super loud ones. You know, I had a alarm at my house, and every time a door would open, it had a screamer, and it was next to my bed. The worst thing ever. We actually had to disengage it because every time it accidentally went off, my heart could not handle it. It was so loud. But I'm thinking, if you could have like a screamer like that, and someone's on you and you push a button and it's so obnoxious, like,
I mean, there is that. We sell a lot for college students, the door jam. It goes into the door, and if someone's trying to pull in, it will set off an alarm.
Yeah, that's a great idea too.
Students, yeah, that's a great.
Any other suggestions for those who, so you said flashlight, pen,
I really think that the mindset and situational awareness and teaching like that head on a swivel mentality is key. That's first. Even like, okay, you walk into a restaurant and you ask your kids, okay, where should we sit? Where's the best place for us to sit? Or, you know, just little exercises like you can do with your kids, like to kind of get their mindset right. If you're in your home, okay, we're going to have a drill and we're all going to meet. If there was ever an emergency, this is where we're going to meet. If we all got separated, this is where we're going to meet. We're going to have a plan. You know, if you have kids, I'm going to get this kid in this room and your job is to get this kid in this room and we're going to meet at a certain spot. And then also, I always say that you should always have some sort of family emergency word. Something that you don't ever use, something crazy like kangaroo or something that can be used so you know that, you know, I'm in trouble.
It could be, yeah, and you're absolutely correct, because it should be one of two words. One for, okay, safe zone. This person was definitely sent from my parents. What is my safe word?
Right.
You know, the other one is, let's say there's an intruder in your home. Okay, so let's have another word. So there's something in the room. Give me a code. What color are you? You know, purple, green. You know what the codes mean. You know, there's so many things that we're not aware of until we're actually dealing with it. And it's all about educating and getting the word spread. But yes, word is huge for children. You know, find a word that works for them that they don't use, that they can remember, because here comes that stranger with that puppy that's at the park, that your kids with the friends down the street, and sorry folks, and they're down the street at the park with their friends. You're not there as a parent, and here's the guy with the puppy. Oh, your parents said I need to come get you. They want me to shab the puppy for you and come to my car. You know, the standard routine of how it happens, and the child should know, what did my parents give you the safe word? What's the safe word? And then, you know, obviously it plays off in the next level. Well, I have candy. I don't know what the safe word, you know. Never put your child's name on your clothes. Never, you know, advertise your children's age or, you know, last name or anything of the sort. There's a lot of little things that I've learned growing up. And yes, again, California, has given me the opportunity to learn in a very sad situation, but it's now gotten me to know how I'm going to raise my children in a safe situation.
Yeah, you know, I'm saying now to take off those things on the back of your vehicles, like it has like the mother,
stickers,
child, you know, the dog, because then they know that there's, you know, father, a mother, 3 children, 2 dogs, a cat. You know, those little stickers on the back.
Mm-hmm.
You can take those off.
And the proud parent of an honor student from Woodland Elementary, whatever it is.
Stickers on there like, I own 8 German Shepherds. I train German Shepherds or something.
This is my latest shot group.
Exactly. Group therapy, and put your latest stuff there.
I like that. That is a great idea for a sticker. I like it.
My group therapy. Although you'd have to change it like every time. This is my most recent one. Every year I print out my sticker. Fabulous. I love this. And this is making my brain churn like a future episode after we do some more extensive research, because doing a family plan, the amount of time that it takes to go into it is probably, I mean, I guess you're thinking maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours of pre-planning, of effort. And then you're going to take maybe 30 minutes with your kids to walk through. But is it worth it? Of course it is. And if we never have to use it, hallelujah. We are so blessed. Thank you.
Absolutely agree. But don't forget, you have to practice. You have to practice. You can't just do it one time and think it's going to be remembered, because as a parent, you have 1,000 things going. How are you going to remember what was that word? I need to be able to let my child know, oh my gosh, it just got said that we have a problem. What was our action?
And if you put it in song, I know the NRA puts their no touching the gun song, Eddie the Eagle, and my kids it helps them remember, because it's stop, don't touch. So I wonder if you did a little song with your safety plan and your kids, that might help. Reference there.
Idea.
Are there any other things on your site or that you wanted to point out or highlight specifically that you're loving, or you're thinking, here's a flashlight?
Yeah, here's the Nano. The Nano is that's one of my favorites. We sell it a lot. It's very small. I'm pretty sure it's 300 lumens. It's literally
extreme.
This small. It's literally this small, and it's super easy to use. Waterproof. Yeah, I mean, love this one. And this one you can just throw on your keys. So, I mean, some people like the larger ones. We do have some larger ones.
So, I don't mean to interrupt you, but on your mini little flashlights that we were just looking at, are they small enough to put on a large chain to kind of wear around your neck?
Oh, absolutely. They're inches. They're probably an inch and a half long. They're small, and they're small for a reason, because they're easy to carry around. You can throw them on your keys. Again, like you could, if you need to walk to your car, you have your keys ready and you have your flashlight ready, right? Or you're ready. That's one of my biggest pet peeves when I see women struggling with their keys in front of their car doors. I'm like, oh God, please, like, have your stuff ready. Like, they throw their purse on top of the car and they're looking for their keys, in their giant purse or whatever. I'm like, oh good, please be ready before you go to your car. Things like that, but. Yeah, and we have tons of new range gear.
Wow, look at all that.
And we do sell, a lot of people don't know this, but we do sell targets. And I sell them ultra cheap. I think we do $40 off for a 100 pack. Just because I just feel like it's paper and you should mark up paper. So yeah, we have some awesome ones. Those are new that we just got in, the rose colored glasses there. This is by Magpul. They're a little more expensive. This will be the last pair. I swear these things are, these, I will never wear another pair of range glasses. They're awesome. They are so comfortable. They're anti-fog. The rose gives you a nice color that if you wear them inside, it's not a big deal. And if you wear them outside, it's great.
How do you compare those the rose color to the ambers?
I like the amber too. It's your preference.
Okay.
I just prefer that rose tint. Maybe for my eyes, I prefer that. Those the Radians are really good. They're a bestseller. Yeah, those, because then you can choose.
Okay. Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, you can choose
which color you want.
Yeah. You can match it with your outfit or your t-shirt, or you can look cute going to the range. going to the range isn't like it used to be, right? You gotta look cute when you go. I always think about how I look when I go to the range now, right?
Yeah, because you're taking a picture and putting it on Instagram. That's why people started looking cute when they go to the gym, because they started taking pictures of themselves.
Every time we shoot, I always tell my husband, like, I do this for a living. Why did we not take any photos? Just we have so much fun there, and you just don't think about it, and it's just.
That was me at the gun show today. I saw so many weird guns, and then we were leaving, and I was like, "Ugh, I didn't get one picture of any weird gun," because you're just in the moment, like we should be.
Exactly, like you should be. Like you should be. And Carry Girl will be. We were just getting ready to start going to the shows when COVID hit. So
you have a multi-gun tool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we saw a lot of stuff, and everything I put on here for a reason. Like I don't just
AR-15 gun.
Oh, we have one 1911, and we have one I think that's pistol. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, 1911.
Yeah. So everything is.
My nerdiness is just
That is freaking rad.
Love it, right?
I love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so wouldn't that be that would be a great little gift, okay, to either person, male or female. I am digging that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Guys who buy our clothes too. Actually, we do have a lot of guys that buy the clothes.
You know who you should talk to about those tools? Is talk to Tactical Games, because those people have to fix their guns regularly.
Yeah. Good idea.
It's pretty cool. I was seeing if there was a men's specific section.
No, we don't sell anything specific to men.
I am going to be up all night on your
Embrace
website.
your girl.
Adding.
This one's cute. Yeah. I mean, I'm a flag person. Flags. If you didn't figure from my gun, that's America flag. I like the flag. Awesome. So fun. Fun. Guns and fun. Guns are fun.
Guns are fun. Guns are fun, aren't they?
And you are fun. Thank you for joining us. This was so fun. This is a very light one. Shauna, we're getting the hang of it.
Yes, we are. This is great. I honestly, okay, so for what you had to experience, I am so sorry. I want to hug you right now. I do. Because I know there's so many other women in your same position of the stories that can't find a place to exit out, and I'm hoping we can try to help guide them to give them some sort of support, either direction, self-defense, find an object for defense, or even if they're willing to take the step for a firearm, that's even best. But the outcome that you're doing for this is incredible. I'm just so honored to be able to have this with you and discuss this, and I love your site. Like, yeah, husband's gonna be mad, but I'm not gonna cry.
Yeah, I cry all the time. Don't worry, this gets me every time. So yes, that made me who I am today, and let me help all these freaking amazing badass women and create.
You're badass, B. You're badass. You are.
That's dope. It's awesome. Yeah. So keep empowering women and keep lifting them up and keep helping them every day, and that's what we need to do.
And overcoming.
That's
I love it.
Right.
We're going to end with the last on a positive, our armed citizen. I guess I'll pull it up since I shared everything today. This happened last Saturday, and it happened in California. Homeowner in Pico Rivera, California, defended himself against they think they were gang bangers, trying to burglarize the home. I've noticed this is common. I actually looked up previously, and it was another middle of the night burglarize home situation. And it was at 1:15 a.m.
Yeah.
Sleepy time.
Homeowner confronted the gang member, who then appeared to reach for the firearm. So he comes out like, what's happening? Reaches for the firearm. There's movements. He was afraid that for his life, shot the bad guy killed that individual. The other one heard the shots and he ran and got in a getaway car. Apparently, he must have gotten shot too, because once they took him in the getaway car, they took him to emergency care, and then they took him into custody because they're like, you have a gunshot wound. And we just got a call that someone ran away with a gunshot wound. But my takeaway, you hear a lot of times with gangs that, they'll just come back at you, or they're in a pack and you're dangerous or whatever, but they're actually just cowards. You pull the gun out, you shoot, you show them that you're going to stand your ground. They don't want to fight and they run. And so I liked that takeaway. Like, okay, I know we like to have as many rounds, 50 spare magazines as possible. But in this case, it shows up. Even if there's a crew outside waiting, they're going to flee when you fight. So
yeah. Nobody wants to use their firearm ever, right?
The ones that are more dangerous as the gang are the ones that are willing to use them during the day. When they're out and about at night, they're trying to be sneaky to get what their intents are, as in going into a home because the residents are not there or they're sleeping. Pico has some good areas and not so good areas. So, but again, that's down south. That's on the other side of that mountain ridge into LA County, and I'm glad that homeowner protected himself. Yeah. Way to go. Way to go.
Woohoo.
Cheers for him.
And I'm glad that B joined us. I'm glad, Shauna, you were able to make it today too. This was fabulous.
Thank you guys so much.
And we will see you next week. Oh, I always forget this. If you are still listening to this podcast and you've spent this whole time with us and you are still listening, like this podcast, follow, subscribe, rate us, write a comment, because if you write a comment, it gives us warm fuzzies and we love it. So please do that for some of our validation. All right, there's my little spiel and my guilt trip. Love you guys. We'll see you next time.